We're back out on the Bass Buggy, and today we're talking about why when it comes to fall fishing, sometimes it pays to get a little wacky. Stick around, you don't want to miss this one.
I got him. He's a little bitty dinky guy, but I got him. Ooh, 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 ooh. Got him. There we go, I got him. Ooh, he's nice. So, there's two. That's on the wacky rig again.
Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing. And you know, in the fall time of the year, a lot of people have so many differing opinions of what types of presentations work best to catch those transitioning bass. We all know they're heading out from the deep and moving up shallow. That doesn't necessarily mean against the shore, it just means to shallower water, such as a ledge or a hump, sometimes shore, but they're moving up to feed on those bait fish to get ready for the wintertime. And a lot of guys will recommend different things. Some guys tell you that a jerkbait is the key. Some guys swear by a spy bait. Other guys use nothing but a fluke, and some guys are even still hot on that topwater kick. None of these are wrong. As long as you're catching fish, as long as you're having fun, that's the key ingredient. However, a lot of times I just want to keep it simple and I want to slow it down. That's where this guy comes in. Just a simple wacky rig, but this has been performing so well for me. It's such a simple presentation. It's such an intuitive presentation. So easy to do. I've taught so many people how to fish starting out with just a regular wacky rig. And as you can see, I've got it rigged somewhat differently than maybe you're normally used to seeing. I put it on here, and this is my Texas rig version. Makes it a little bit more weedless. And the thing that I like about it is whenever I go to do a hook set, that hook shank acts like a lever, and it easily pops that hook right on out. I don't have to worry about missing fish. But what makes these things so great? Well, the simple way that they float in the water. When they hit the water and they just float down, and they've got that little side-to-side shimmy, that fish, they find it irresistible. It looks so lifelike. Few things in the bass fishing world can mimic the action of a wacky rig so perfectly. That's why even on a pressured body of water, it's hard to match a wacky rig. And if you're in the deep south like I am, a lot of those fisheries are starting to get on drawdown. They pull that water way out and they become much more shallow. That makes skipping up under the brush that much easier and that much more effective. And there's no bait that skips quite like a wacky rig. We've said it before many times on this channel, skipping a wacky rig is a great skill to have in your arsenal. If you can't do it, I suggest you practice it. There's many videos on my channel that illustrate just exactly how easy it is and how to do it. If I'm fishing a wacky rig, what setup am I using? Well, regular viewers of the channel will recognize this little guy. This is my finesse setup, or one of them. It's on a medium light Daiwa rod, 7 foot. I've got 10-pound braid to a 10-pound monofilament leader. I like that because I get that extra stretch, and that allows that fish to inhale that bait a little bit better before I go to set the hook. I feel like it improves my hookup ratio. If you like to use something a little bit stiffer, if you like to use a fluorocarbon leader, that's perfectly acceptable. Do what works for you, what you have confidence in, what you're comfortable with.
Not really much of any kind of current in through here. There we go, I got him. Ooh, he's nice. Yep. Come here, you. That's a largemouth. So, there's two. That's on the wacky rig again.
So the first thing you want to do is, after you get it tied on, after you get it rigged up, is throw it out in the water a little bit. Watch it. See how it sinks. Count to yourself, because these things take a while to fall. Count to yourself as it goes down. When it gets down to the bottom, that's the magic sweet spot. That's what you're looking for. Now remember that number. Next time when you cast it out there, count down again, because this bait is going to take a while to shimmy. You let it fall down, and whenever it hits the bottom or gets close enough to it, twitch it back up and let it fall back down. nice and slow, and then twitch it back up, and then let it fall down back slow all the way in. You want to still have quite a bit of slack in your line when you're doing this. You don't want to have taut line, because what'll happen is you'll jerk this bait really hard, and instead of looking natural, you'll just end up spooking any fish in the area, and they won't have anything to do with it.
I got him. He's a little bitty dinky guy, but I got him. Oh, actually, he's not bad. And that's the name. Oops. And that is the name of the game a lot of times.
You hear a lot of anglers talking about the bass are starting to feed up on shad, on bait fish, on shiners. That's absolutely true. But the thing about this wacky rig is it imitates so many different types of forage species. Not only is it just a regular worm, but that shimmying action as it falls mimics a dying bait fish, and that makes it very hard for any bass in the area, especially those that are feeding up on bait balls. Makes it hard for them to resist. And a lot of times on clear water fisheries, you can watch a fish following your bait in until they just can't resist it anymore, and they end up slurping it and trying to swim away. Those kind of bites are fun because they're strong and they're undeniable.
Ooh. Got him. I watched him follow it in. Little bitty guy. I watched him follow it in. Oh. He followed my bait up. I watched him do it. That is, I don't know, he's probably 3/4 pounder. That's a largemouth. Whoa, no, you're not going anywhere.
Well, he'll grow up.
Yeah, that's a nice fish, isn't it? So, let me see.
Holding close enough to that camera.
Well, actually, making sure, but caught him on the wacky rig.
I'm not cooking fish.
I watched him follow it in, and then I let it pause, and he slurped it. So I watched him do it. So, thank you, little buddy.
So there you have it. In the fall time of the year, as that temperature drops and that water gets cold, those fish become more and more lethargic. It's the best time of the year to keep things simple. And whatever you do, make sure you're having fun. It's okay to get a little wacky. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.